Welcome to Wildcat Sports Update. I'm your host, Jim Boyle, and in studio today I have two of our one senior, one junior. One was a captain, the other was a senior. They missed their shows, one with golf, one with football. So in studio today I've got David McDonaugh-Padden, who we're from now on going to call him DMP. That's the nickname that I know of. And we have Noah Matton, who is our football captain. David was a golf senior. So welcome to the show. David, I'm going to start with you. Just give us who you are, how many times you've played golf, how long you've been in high school.
I'm David. Where do I look? You?
Doesn't matter. Just go.
I'm David. I've been at the high school for 3 years, and I've played golf for 2 years.
Okay. And Noah?
Name's Noah. I've been playing football since like second grade probably, and I've been at the high school for all 3 years so far.
And you are a captain, correct?
Yep.
All right. So Noah, because you're the captain, we're going to start with you. Specifically, what do you see your role as a captain, and how did you perform that role this year for football?
Well, I can always do better is like a big thing, but I just see it as like you gotta like help the younger kids and help people who are even your age. And being a junior captain means that people are older than you, so they probably think like, I've been here longer. Why is he a captain? So I just help people out. So do what I can.
Okay. And David, you were a senior. So what did you see your role as a senior on the golf team? How did you have to perform?
Majority like driving the younger kids to like practice and stuff because like they can't get to Hillview after school, and like helping them out.
Okay. So you were the designated driver a lot of times?
Yeah.
Okay. And was it something that do they look up and respect what you do?
I hope so.
I hope so. And how do you earn their respect?
Just like driving them places and then helping them out on the greens and stuff.
Okay. Good. And did you enjoy having that role?
Yeah, it was nice.
Okay. Dennis Ingram, our AD, has created what he calls the Captain's Council. And Noah, since you are the lone captain here, what's something you learned from the AD Ingram's Captain's Council?
Well, one of the lessons he did with us was he showed us this elephant that was tied to a stick in the ground with just a string. And it like represents, not reaching your full potential because people just hold you back. So I always thought that was like a really good lesson he taught us.
Okay. Do you find those sessions beneficial? And what's the best part about them?
I said they're really beneficial. It's a lot to like, just kind of, especially as a new captain, you kind of like a guide almost to see what you have to do. So you can talk to the older kids and talk to him. And the best part, well, he gets Bagel World every morning, so that's pretty good.
Everybody loves the Bagel World. And
Yeah.
I like when they're leftover Bagel Worlds. I'm in school, I get to.
Yeah, I see you in there every morning.
Yeah. All right. So David, team buses, I know you rode, you took a bus to some matches and team dinners. Why don't you give me, what was it like and what are your favorite parts of the team dinner?
Aiden Balter had a good team dinner. He had burgers and food and like stuff like that, hot dog, like grill. And then we like all hung out after. We went to Target and stuff and did some stuff.
Okay, what do you get out of the team dinner?
Team bonding, spending time with like your friends that you don't see like outside of school. Like you'd hang out with them like in your friend group, but you'd hang out with them as a golf team.
Okay, and did you get to ride the bus? And what were those bus rides like?
Just normal.
Just normal?
Yeah.
Who drives the bus?
Maloney.
And he's a good driver?
Yeah.
Okay, any music? Golfers don't like music?
Gotta stay dialed.
Gotta stay dialed. That's what I like. You sound like you're like the Tiger Woods of the Wilmington golf team. Noah, back to you. Team buses and let's start with team dinners. You probably I think you have one every week for football. Correct?
Yeah, every Thursday.
So what do you get out of the team dinner? What do you think the team's getting out of it?
It's nice. I mean, we don't have like a big team, but it's nice to be able to see everybody outside of practice. You can talk to anybody you want. And then a good thing everyone does every year is TPing the cheerleaders. So that's fun.
I don't know if we should be telling people that on the air here, but
No, everyone knows that.
they do that.
I mean,
Okay.
you can cut it out, but
I'm not going to cut it out. So, what's your favorite? How many dinners have you had, and what was the number one dinner?
like out of all high school or just this year?
Well, let's start this year and do all high school because I'd like to hear this.
This year, I don't know. I think Levels was pretty good this year. And I think me and Jacob had a good one.
Jacob,
Macaulay.
and what you serve on your dinner?
We just kept it simple. Everyone kind of does like Tremezzo or something like that, like pizza or Gus's chicken. But all time, last year, Antonio Smolinski's, his grandparents cooked, so good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Smolinski family for that. David, coming back to you, I know that you transferred back from the Tech, I think in the 10th grade.
Yep.
As an athlete, what was that like? And why did you make the decision to come back?
Well, originally I wanted to get the HVAC shop at the Tech, and I didn't get into it, so I didn't want to see a point of staying there for an extra 2 years when I could be here with like the kids that I've played sports with my whole life and grown up with. So when I made that decision, it was kind of tough at first because I didn't really know like if I was gonna make the sports teams or anything. But then once I got all situated and made the teams, it's been the best decision since going to the Tech.
Okay, that's good. So, what was it like? Did you have to try out for golf? And were there tryouts, or were you on the team? And what was it like for 2 years playing golf?
Well, I believe last year we had an 8th grade waiver, so everyone made the team. And then same with this year. We didn't have a waiver, but everyone made the team, so you get to practice and play like for free.
Okay, good. And so, Noah, we're going to go to you. Football season. We're going to start with the football season with you. It's been a rough sled. We've won our last 2 games. How do you maintain, as a captain, how did you maintain the kids, the focus of the team to get us these last 2 victories?
Well, we know it's like every week we play teams we can definitely compete against. It's just kind of we get in our own heads after a while, which is a big issue. But just being able to keep everyone up and know that there's a next week coming.
Okay, so and what are we looking forward to over the next 2 weeks before we get to Tewksbury? Tewksbury's a bigger school. They're still in the playoffs. How do you keep the team motivated going into that?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different. It's a week without a game, and they're a good school. But we just got to stay locked in, We just got to stay on course and make sure we can not just get through the week, but, like, get better, especially for this team. So,
good words of advice. So, David, for you, again, I think we won 1 match in golf. What do you see the struggles, and how do you keep everyone? How does everybody stay motivated as the season wears on?
Well, I feel like the struggles are that like all these other schools in the Middlesex, all these kids been golfing for their whole life, and then Wilmington, you come here and you see like as a freshman you can just join the golf team and get free golf. So a lot of kids take advantage of that. But like Roman, Nate, and Archer, they're like really good golfers right now, and I think next year they're going to get a lot more wins.
Okay, so who have you learned? Who would you say? You mentioned Roman, Sinet, Nate Anderson, and Ryan Archer, right? Who else? Who are all the other golfers that have played a lot, and who did you like playing with the most?
Well, I definitely like to play with my friend Ryan Flynn the most, but last year, definitely Bobby Sear and Joey Galvin, they helped me out a lot. Like last year was like my first year playing golf pretty much, and they helped me like with the rules and stuff, and it's helped me a lot this summer.
And has your game improved over the course of the 2 years by playing every day?
Yeah.
What part of your game's improved the most?
I'd say my irons. I could not hit them last year, and then this summer I got like a new grip and stuff with my irons, and it's definitely been better.
Okay, my favorite question to ask all the golfers: what's your favorite hole at Hillview, and what's the favorite course that you played?
My favorite hole at Hillview is definitely hole number 6. I got my first birdie on there over the summer, and then my favorite course, a buddy of mine, he lives on Plymouth Country Club up in Plymouth, so I go up there a lot in the summer and play free golf with him. Good.
Go back to you, Noah. We talk about David talked about the struggles against Middlesex League teams. How do you? We can compete with them, and you said it earlier. What's the motivation, or how do you guys approach as you're playing teams in the Middlesex League, which are bigger or better or stronger than Wilmington?
Yeah, I mean, they're big schools, a lot of kids. It's just Wilmington has this reputation of kind of being soft. So over the last few years, we're just trying to change the narrative a little bit and just, even if we lose, just play as hard as you can, play your best game. So.
Okay, and do you think next year? We know we're very young this year.
Yeah.
So are you guys motivated now to go into the off season and be better next year? And what are your expectations right now for next year?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's definitely very motivated. We have a lot of young guys and guys who are just stepping into varsity this year compared to last year, who are just I know are going to be hitting the field a lot with me and a few other guys. But for next year, I think expectations are definitely high, knowing that we're going to be coming in with more experience than this year. But hopefully get over 500 for the record.
To make the playoffs, right?
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay, now we did win our last 2 games. It's been exciting. They were pretty good wins. We fell behind early against Arlington Catholic and came back from, I think we're down 2 scores, came all the way back, put a lot of points on the board. Mm-hmm. And against last week against Essex Tech, it was a nip and tuck game till the end. How did that impact the feel around the team, those last 2 wins?
It shows that we can when we want to, we can definitely play like really good. But it's just there's still a lot of work to be put in. Like minute details that need to be fixed. It's not necessarily the big stuff like knowing the plays anymore, but it's just like, hey, you took a wrong step, you got to fix that. It's a lot of that stuff. But it's a nice pick me up for the last 2 weeks going into Thanksgiving.
Good. That's good to hear. It's good to hear the players didn't. I would say they didn't quit. Coach Turner should be credited that they didn't quit, and everybody played hard until the end, which is good. I'm going to switch off to now, as you both know, I'm the JV coach. I was the JV coach before I got up to varsity at the high school. So this isn't directed at me or Coach Turner or Coach Maloney. But David, I'm going to ask you first. What piece of advice would you give a high school coach? What would you tell a high school coach that he should be looking for or knowing what to do?
I learned this from like one of my Pee Wee hockey coaches. Like you have to be like friends with your players and like be like, I wouldn't say like boys with them or anything, but like definitely like kind to them and like helpful, because my Pee Wee hockey coach, we would play Fortnite like every weekend, and I feel like that bond between us would make us want to go out there and play for him and like be better for him to win games.
Good. And Noah, your same question. What advice would you, as you played varsity sports now for 3 years, what advice would you give a high school coach?
I think it's important that the coach like finds out how each kid takes criticism and like learns. Some people might not learn or take it the best if you yell at them, but some might like do better if you do that. So I think that's pretty important.
Okay. And what's one thing that you've learned from Coach Turner over the last couple of years?
Just like knowing that the coaches know what they're doing. So being able to like rely on them, and if you have a question, ask it. Don't be scared.
Okay, David, what's one thing you learned over the last 2 years having Coach Maloney as a golf coach?
Definitely a good golfer. I'd say that.
He's a good golfer?
Yeah.
What's he taught you though? What's your takeaway from having him for 2 years?
If you're down by a lot, don't like put your head down. Keep your head up and keep going.
Okay, perfect. Now I know we've had trouble with both squads. You said we had the 8th grade waiver 2 years in a row, and I know the numbers are a bit low. Noah, I'm going to go to you first. What advice, if I'm a parent of a 5th grader who wants to play football, what advice would you give the parent, and what would you tell the child? So start with the parent first, Noah.
If I was talking to a parent, I mean, at a young age, kids need to know how to work as a team. I think it's really like important for them. But also just knowing how to win and lose at that age is important, because that's basically all kids think about when they're playing sports is just winning and losing. But if you're doing it with a team and you're having fun, I think that's really important.
And what would you tell the child?
It's fun. It's just fun to be able to like go hit other people with your friends, Good.
Okay, David, you're on the hot seat with that question. What would you tell the parent growing the golf program, and what would you tell the prospective golfer?
All right. No offense to football, but you can play golf for the rest of your life, so might as well start early in high school and get the free golf while you can, and then you can golf for the rest of your life.
And what would you tell? That's the parent. What would you tell the child?
Golf is fun.
Okay, I like to hear that. That's great. We answered. Now we get to my favorite part of the show, is where I get to ask each of these two gentlemen questions, so we get to learn more about them. And the good news is David gets to go first. It's good news for Noah, because he can hear all the questions ahead of time. So David's going to get put on the spot first, which I think I'm very confident he's going to blow these answers away. So David, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. First, what present or former teammate did you learn the most from in golf?
Bobby Sear.
Why?
We always had like a connection, I feel like with hockey and stuff. So like I feel like it'd be easy to talk to him if I needed to ask him a question about like a rule or like what golf ball or something, like just like something dumb. He'd like tell me the right answer and help me.
Good. What have you learned on the golf course that you can apply to the classroom?
Etiquette. Like not talking in someone's backswing, be respectful.
Okay. What other sports or activities do you do at the high school?
I play hockey and lacrosse.
Hockey and lacrosse. You're a 3-sport athlete. I'd like to hear that. What are your favorite moments for golf this year?
It was senior night, and we were on the 9th green, and I was in the last group, and all like the people were like standing around the water on the Hillview, or not the water, the green, and I hit my iron over the water. But I chunked it to the right. So then I had like a 56-degree shot, and I chunked it, and I actually hit Aiden Balter in the back.
That's your favorite moment? Good.
Yeah.
Good. Favorite golfer? Or athlete? Let's go athlete because it's easier. Who's your favorite athlete?
Golfer is definitely DeChambeau.
Okay.
Then athlete, I like Will Smith from the San Jose Sharks from Lexington, Mass.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Anybody you want to credit or influences? You've already talked about some of your teammates, but is there anybody out there, coaches no matter what sport, or anybody who's influenced you and you want to credit?
Shout out Frank Kane, my Squirt 3 hockey coach. He's been a huge impact on me. Helps me get jobs and stuff like landscaping, or like he'll just help me around if I need help.
Is he the one that played Fortnite?
No.
Who was the coach that played Fortnite?
His name was Mike.
Mike?
Yeah.
Good name. Like that name. I know this is the golfers don't wear numbers. What number do you wear in hockey and why?
Number 9 because of my birthday, May 9th.
Good. And what as a senior, what are you going to miss the most about golfing? Golf.
I mean, the free golf's nice, but like I like to be out there every day after school, the nice weather for a long day of school and just play golf to like relax yourself and calm.
Okay, and what if golf had a walk-up song? And I know that Live Golf, they do all the music. If golf had a walk-up song, what would DMP's walk-up song be?
Shout out Ryan Archer, our new Wilmington High School warm-up mix for the hockey team. I do that.
The whole warm-up mix?
Yeah.
All right.
The whole 8 minutes.
No, we can't do 8 minutes, but that's good enough. What's the future hold for David?
Hopefully go to college for either sports management or construction management.
Okay, good. Very good. All right, now we're going to go to Noah, who is a junior captain. So you're not going to have a future yet because your future hopefully is going back to high school playing football. But you've heard David's answers. Let's see what you got for me now. First, present or former teammate who you've learned the most from?
Probably Ali Abukal. He was just like a good mentor. He was always on me about certain stuff, so that was nice.
Good. He has been mentioned before by the football players here, so shout out to Ali. What have you learned on the field that you can translate to the classroom?
Patience, like just waiting for, you got to be just patient with other people too. And then also if you're waiting for something, it's not always going to happen right away. So good things come with time.
Okay. Do you watch the games that we broadcast on WCTV, and are you critical or are you critical of yourself or are you critical of the announcer?
Not critical of the announcer, but I do try to watch all the games. I am critical of myself though. Just like it's just being able to see what I do different to make it better.
Good. Other sports activities you do at the high school?
I played lacrosse freshman year. Didn't play last year, but I'm coming back to it this year, so I'm excited for that.
All right. And favorite moment of this year, and we'll give you this year and all time because you might be back next year. What's your favorite moment from this year?
This year, probably the 4th and 1 against Arlington Catholic in like the third quarter, I think it was. We just ran it, like me and Nelvin just ran it really well, so I was pretty proud of that.
And your all-time favorite football moment? It can be Pop Warner, it can be Pee Wee, it can be anything, flag football, whatever.
Probably just like the last 2 Thanksgiving games. Like last year, I was able to play the whole game, so that was just really fun. I feel like I played pretty well. And then freshman year, just getting in, which was nice.
That's good. Favorite athlete or football player, or the role model type?
Probably Tom Brady. Just mentality.
Okay. Coaches you want to credit and people who've influenced you along the way?
Definitely my coaches over at Athletic Evolution when I was there, and then my other coach, Mike McDonaugh. They pushed me. So.
And any influences that have kept you this far? Non-coach influences?
My parents.
All right. What number do you wear and why?
67, and it's also because my birthday. So.
Your birthday's June 7th?
June 7th, 07.
Both birthdays, May 9th and June 7th. All right. And I know you guys live near each other too, right?
Yep.
You're neighbors. I wasn't able to say that. What are you looking forward to going into next year as a junior?
Seeing how the young guys develop and seeing how the guys in my grade develop over the offseason and seeing how much better we are next year, hopefully.
Okay. And walk-up song, not an 8-minute mixtape that Ryan Archer did. What's your walk-up song?
If I had to choose one, probably Many Men.
Okay.
50 Cent.
All right, now comes the shout-out portion of the program. David and Noah are going to get to shout out anybody they want. Don't forget people. I always tell the kids in here, if you forget somebody, they're going to come back at you and say, why didn't you mention me? So, David, you're going to look right at those cameras right there and give you a shout-out. And Noah, you're going to look right here at these cameras and give a shout-out. And, David, you are on go.
Shout out my family, my mom, my sister, my dog, and then shout out the Neck Tears group chat.
Okay. And Noah, you're on.
Shout out the whole line, Gus and Belle, and then my parents and my family.
Good. All right. So again, it's a pleasure to have you guys on the show. I know we have because you both missed. It's great that I got everyone in. I know that I was disappointed when David couldn't come in with the golfers, and Noah, you had been sick and got hurt the night before. So I'm glad that you guys came in. to do this. So again, going around the room, we have DMP, David McDonaugh-Padden.
Yep.
And we have Noah Matton over here. Noah, the captain of the football team. David, one of the seniors of our hockey team. And again, like I said, you guys did a great job here. I'm glad you came on. And it's really good that you really show how Wilmington athletes are and the good side of our student athletes. So for Wildcat Sports Update, I'm your host, Jim Boyle, and we'll see you on down the road.